Good evening, America, and welcome to the best worst podcast on the internet. This is the Geek Tank. This is, believe it or not, our very first episode. We're happy you joined us as we smash the metaphorical champagne against the non-existent ship as we set sail, or more appropriately, a tank in this case, I guess I should say. Since we can't actually see the champagne, however, though, you can only imagine it is refusing to break because of our weak little T-Rex arms. What will be our inevitable iceberg? Who knows? You'll just have to find out. I'm your host, Sweet Kyle Bradford, and I'm joined by Dave, Josh, and Nate. Good evening, gentlemen.
That was so elaborate.
Was it?
I have a concern about the
writing this whole
champagne.
time? You were writing that whole intro about champagne and how...
No. I wrote this 2 days ago. I've been prepped. Listen, I'm a master at my craft here.
Mastercraft.
Yeah. Let me tell you about the craft.
Let me tell you about the craft. It's all about champagne. Listen, it's all about the champagne. It's been a while since we gotten together and just shot the shit. So first off, how have you guys been? Because for those who don't know, we used to run a different podcast under a different name.
Yeah.
So it's been 2 weeks or so.
It's been 2 weeks since we did the podcast.
Oh my
We're
God.
off to an amazing
I know
start.
I know the song by heart. Jesus Christ, we could just sing that for the rest of the podcast.
Chicken to China, the Chinese chicken. Yeah.
I
God.
always think of Digimon the movie because that's when I first heard it.
Oh yeah, that wasn't.
It's in Digimon the movie.
Yeah, I was telling you
Actually, I
about
think we had this conversation.
Yeah, on the last episode.
Didn't we?
Yeah, because like
Somebody yelled chicken to China.
it
Chinese
literally just
chicken.
like was randomly in the movie too. Like Ty just falls over, and all of a sudden you hear, "It's been 1 week since you looked at me." It's like, okay, what are you
A
doing?
song
here?
about relationship problems and arguments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In Digimon.
in Digimon.
He's like, I'm just hanging out in Japan, yo.
Just hanging out in Japan. Shit
Hanging
happens
out.
in Japan, everybody.
Speaking of Digimon, does anyone remember how awesome the second season was?
Oh yeah, I totally
And
remember that.
then how heartbreaking it was when the third season started, and they're like, "Remember the first two seasons? All
happen."
fake."
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. I
You
never
don't remember
watched
that?
Digimon.
So
No, I never watched
Digimon
it.
season 1 is like the original kids at the summer camp. They like get pulled into the digital world or whatever. Season 2 is like all of
Basically
those
the sequel,
characters, like their younger brothers and sisters and friends and stuff, doing kind of the same thing, but it got like really epic. And then it ends this whole
Well,
there's this giant arc and it ends, and then season 3 starts, totally different characters. And they are like, oh, Digimon is like a show and a toy series and stuff in
Josh,
this
they did kind of
universe.
fix it because
Jesus Christ.
now they're doing Digimon Adventure Try, which is on Crunchyroll if you want to go watch it. Which is, basically it's like correcting season 2. Kind of, there's a lot of problems with season 2, and so they made Try to kind of correct those issues.
So Digimon Adventures Try is like the X-Men Days of Future Past of Digimon.
Kind of, yeah. You're actually, that is one hell of a comparison, and I love you for it, Kyle.
Wasn't that girl
It's a good
in
movie.
the pink? Wasn't her name like Kyrie or something, or Kari? Or
Kyrie.
Kari, I think.
Kyrie's in Kingdom
Kari?
Hearts.
I know,
You
but
hack.
like I think it was the same name. You hack? Don't tell me.
That's Kari, I think. And,
Yeah, see, I
I'm
know.
a little rusty, but
I know about my Digimon lore.
I love how Kyle just asked how we are, and now we're just talking about Digimon.
That's how the show works. That's how the show works.
Yeah.
Digital monsters. Going on
Digimon are the
tangents.
champions. Yeah.
I would argue that they aren't, but that's besides the
It's
point.
been. No, I'm kidding. Let's go.
So, obviously, this is the Geek Tank. Just to explain again real quick, just breezed over. We used to be on Xbox Best Friends. We can find every episode on our old YouTube channel, which is this actually been posting in the same place. If you've never heard us before, we've got an extensive about a half a year's worth of content, which you can go check out. All of it's terrible.
No,
So
it
just-
isn't.
It's all
Parts
terrible.
where I'm not
The comparison that I like to make for us is that imagine like the thought experiment, Plato's Cave. We are those people, only we were rescued by a group of household kittens and played video games in our spare time. That's how I feel like. Like imagine that scenario,
Kyle, you
only
lost
we
me,
got
man.
to host a podcast.
This is getting really like
He
elaborate.
lost me. I'm done. Like,
I'm just saying, the only experience I have about anything in life is shadow puppets. That's all I
It's
know.
all.
Yeah.
It's all.
That's all I
Plato's
know.
Cave.
That's all
Kyle
I know.
actually doesn't know anything about
I don't know
video
what
games.
anything. I don't even know who people are. I think everyone is a cat.
All right.
Let's get right into the show without any more dilly-dallying. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Geek Tank, a show where we dive right into the trenches of the gaming industry and give you our brutally honest opinions. You can find us here on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and other platforms every week. If you're listening to this podcast, please make sure to leave us a like or a favorite. Just let us know that you enjoy the show. If you really like listening to the podcast, then we'd love you to leave us a review and share it with your friends if possible. Regardless, whether it be that you're just coming back or to listen every week, or you're just listening randomly, you are an honorary member of the battalion, and we're here to serve. If you're if you're here for the first time listening to us, then you picked quite an episode to start, because we've got a lot to talk about. As you may or may not know, E3 is just around the corner, and the biggest event of the year is going to be jam-packed with tons of juicy reasons to get our hot takes. Virtual reality, possible new systems, and of course, the big daddy of them all, the impending release date of Half-Life 3, which is obviously going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
To mark the occasion and get our own incitement, we here at the Geek Tank will be taking our own E3 2016 predictions, if that wasn't already apparent from the episode title. But first things first, we've got to get into our first ever segment.
I have a question. Why even bring up Half-Life 3? Was that a joke or something happened?
You'll have to sit there and think for yourself. Are you saying Half-Life 3 isn't happening? Because
I don't think it's happening.
Every single year, Half-Life 3 is going to happen. And if you tell me otherwise, I'm just going to not believe you.
You're going to be 80 and you're like, this is the year.
Gabe's going to be dead, long gone. I'm going to be on my deathbed.
Why is Dave going to be dead?
Gabe in.
Oh, Gabe.
I was like,
you're like, Dave is going to be dead. I'm like, why Dave? Why are you singling
My brother is
out?
dead, everyone. My brother is dead.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, let's move right into our first ever segment on the show, This Week in Games. So, we've got, let's see, how many stories do we have over here? 7 news stories. 7 news stories for everybody. So the first one...
healthy serving.
Exactly. Something appropriate for us to talk about.
Yeah.
Xbox
6,000 calories.
What does that mean? What?
I don't know, healthy serving.
I'm just hearing calories. Don't make fun of my weight.
Yeah, because like Pepsi One, it was like their take on. I mean, they did Diet Pepsi, but then they had like Pepsi One. It only has 1 calorie or whatever.
Does Diet Pepsi even still exist?
Yeah, it does. I just had one
Actually,
yesterday.
I am an adamant fan of Pepsi Max, actually.
Pepsi Max is good.
Pretty good.
It's like Coke Zero.
Pepsi Max is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes almost just as good. The only trepidation that I have is that you can tell it's not Pepsi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
They just rebottled Diet Coke.
It's just Diet Coke. It's all lies.
And we are already down the rabbit hole.
Yep.
Can you get further down the rabbit hole for a minute?
Shove that red pill down your throat.
This conversation
Let's see how deep the rabbit hole goes.
This conversation just reminds me of that Bill Cosby commercial.
Oh no,
You know
we're not talking
about
the one where he
the
rapes
new
people?
Coke? I mean, doesn't he do that regardless?
Let me tell you about
God.
Diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi. Oh shit.
All right, moving on. Back on track. First news story of the show. When you bowl a really great set of gutter balls, and then you just think to yourself, I can really do this. And then you get that one strike, and then you get it, and then you're filled with pride. You're so excited. Only the next shot is a gutter ball. That is a very, very unfortunate feeling. And I feel like there's a company out there that's having that feeling right now. But in an unrelated note, the Xbox One seems to be doing so well that they can cut the prices again.
I honestly thought you were about to start talking about a bowling game.
Yeah.
This is my secret.
And I was like, all right, I like a good bowling game. Where's this going?
I'm trying to hijack everything and just make it about bowling, a sport that I know nothing about. Microsoft
You don't need to know really anything about it. You roll the ball and you see what happens.
Okay.
I got a 1. I got a 1.
know how bowling works.
Do we?
Does Microsoft know how bowling works?
I don't know.
Well,
Because
they
they have
made a
reportedly
Connect
slashed
game,
prices.
so I'm guessing they know.
I mean, let's be fair. That was made by Rare, so you can't really say that. You can't really.
Ouch.
Microsoft have reportedly slashed prices on all Xbox One consoles, including bundles, by $50. For our international listeners, press the freedom button in your TI-85s to find the relative price for your region.
Jesus.
Price cut comes just weeks before E3, thanks to an update provided by Microsoft's very own General of Whatever He Does, Major Nelson. The discount is valid up to June 13th, the date of Microsoft's E3 press event.
So it's not
Isn't that an
permanent.
interesting date? Isn't that?
They're like, please get invested in our platform.
Yeah, we cut prices to $299 only till E3.
I think
So
And then they're gonna announce that it's gonna stay at that price.
surprise.
Let's not get into our predictions, but let's just say that there's a reason that they're cutting it off specifically at the conference. Like, my thing is that I think they're trying to clean the warehouse for a reason.
It's because they're announcing the
They're gonna
Dreamcast 2.
They're going to talk about Scorpio or whatever.
Xbox got the IP for Dreamcast.
Yep, they've acquired it from Sega, and Dreamcast 2 is happening.
Sega needs
Confirmed.
the money. They might.
Oh God, they've got Atlas. So, any thoughts besides predictions?
Yeah, I agree with
I bet
Dave.
they announced the Xbox because they're going to announce the Slim. Because that was the one rumor.
Josh.
Because there was a whole. Huh?
Never mind. Not talking about predictions, but whatever.
No, I'm not talking about predictions, but there's all these rumors that like they're going to announce not only a Slim, but then they're going to announce that like Scorpio console that comes out next
Get
year.
over here. Get over here, please.
Are you talking to a cat or?
No, I'm just saying Scorpio.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not making a connection between.
yeah, but you were all mad about the PS4.5, but then you're like, oh man, I get it. Like
no.
Score, like
No,
okay, I get it.
I'm very
I get it now.
not.
Shut
I'm
up.
very not happy about this, but yeah,
I know.
I'm glad
We'll see.
I'm glad you finally get the Mortal Kombat.
I get it now.
A classic video game that's been around probably in video game history for years as a staple in the fighting game industry.
Oh, I get it.
What?
I just get it.
This one is looking over my head again.
Let's just move on
Yeah,
before this
that's
joke
all right.
gets any more.
He wears a
Next-
yellow
next-
jumpsuit.
Next story, Kyle.
In more news about the game that one guy who realized you play games and won't stop talking to you about, Psyonix's Rocket League has made another sales milestone as it tops 110 million in a sales report according to Forbes. With over 5 million units sold over PC, PS4, and Xbox One, Rocket League continues to be a monumental success. These numbers don't even take into account the amount of free downloads that were made from the game's run as a PS Plus title. It's no wonder that the PS4 accounts for 42% of the game's total player base. If this momentum keeps up, perhaps we'll see that utopian Rocket League shared universe where Xbox and PlayStation and PC players can all play together. I doubt
That
it.
happened.
So yeah, this just
Server
in.
crossover?
Rocket League sells
Pretty
well.
sure this is a thing,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I wrote a whole thing that was pretty much based on the fact that it didn't, so I'm going to deny that.
Okay.
No, Microsoft just said they were ready, and PlayStation
that's all.
said nothing.
Oh man,
Yeah, they were just like, we've been ready for since before you were ready.
we've been ready since before you were
And
born.
they say they're ready for centuries.
Official Sony.
Some might
Then
say they're
Shuhei
the reverse of
Yoshida
one
looks
another.
down and he's been a baby this whole time.
Yoshida looks like a baby. He's an adorable man.
But it's not like there's not like a man scream when he looks down. It's like a baby going like,
Why is it screaming?
because he didn't realize he was a baby. It's like some existential nightmare.
For years, he's
Right.
been just like dressing up in big people's suits.
Yeah, it's like Blade Runner where he didn't know, Spoilers.
That's not
Damn it,
confirmed.
Josh.
It's basically
confirmed. Not
Basically
confirmed.
It's real.
But yeah, Rocket League does well. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
In other news, water is wet. It's not-
Exactly. Hopefully that guy will finally shut the fuck up about Rocket League. We all get it. It's a fun game. Speaking
I
of
know,
things that just
everybody
won't
does
stop,
have that one guy.
that's what I'm saying, man. But speaking of things that just won't stop, Vivendi continues their pursuit in total domination of everything owned by the Guillemot clan. Upon completing their takeover of Gameloft in May, CEO Michael Guillemot, I can't say French names, I'm sorry.
I like the idea that all of those there's like some secret society of the Guillemots, and they're like
They're just sitting there. Oh God.
you all
Assassin's
part of
Creed is a
House
real thing.
Guillemot?
I was like, that's definitely where they got this story from Assassin's Creed from.
It's their life.
Yeah.
The final Assassin's
They're
Creed
living
is
it. They have an animus.
I mean, this guy looks like he could
Yeah,
be an
guess what?
assassin. I mean, look at him. He looks pretty intimidating.
I guess.
Yeah, I can make it. I can see it.
Anyway, if the name sounds familiar, it's because his brother is the CEO of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot, another company that Vivendi has had their crosshairs locked on for quite some time. Vivendi, who once owned a considerable stake in Activision, obviously see the potential in AAA game space with the transmogrification of Gameloft complete. It's only a matter of time before they start buying up shares of the Tom Clancy publisher. That's how you use the word, right? Transmogrification?
Transmogrification.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, that's a thing.
that is how you use the word.
That is a big
Anyway,
You
I
got
hope
it.
someone is checking up on Yves to see how he's doing, because I doubt that he's
He's
just
probably
imagine him
stressing out.
he's sitting in a bathtub with like a bottle of wine and just like rocking back and forth. Is this the time?
In a fetal
Is this the
position.
end?
Is this the end? Hello, darkness,
Just staring
my
wide-eyed at the
friend.
wall.
You made a huge mistake.
That took us out of control.
He didn't make the mistake, though. That's the thing about this. Vivendi's just coming in and taking.
Yeah, they're on a hostile fucking takeover.
They're on a hostile takeover.
That doesn't
It's
make any
different.
sense.
It's different when they sell the stock. When Vivendi's just coming in and buying all of it, so that they can own a majority. This is crazy news. And
Yeah, it's fucking
didn't
insane.
Vivendi own Activision and they got rid of them? So I don't know what their deal is all of a sudden.
Well, they didn't
They're
get rid of Activision. Activision rebought their stocks. And so that's why whenever
Oh.
there was that news a few years ago when they were like, hey, we're independent again. What the fuck does that mean?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. It's a bunch of craziness. This is why Take-Two does not have fucking, or not Take-Two. This is why Steam doesn't have publicly valued stock. Because that shit's fucking bonkers.
That would be nuts. Yeah.
And Gabe makes enough money off of Steam to just not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Did I say Steam or did I say Valve the first time?
It's same shit.
Same shit. I mean,
You fucking get it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Don't
Move on, children.
moving right along.
Children.
All right, yeah, I mean, any other thoughts on this crazy shit going
This
on?
is craziness. It's going to
I feel like
be.
people should pay attention.
People should pay attention, especially the shareholders, and because this I read some long article about explaining this whole thing and how everyone's just panicking because it's like this slow death, sort of, not necessarily a death, but it's just the slow
Vivendi is a ditto,
maniacal plot,
and it's a giant ditto, and it's just like eating the Ubisoft building. Slowly, the Ubisoft building would just have a ditto face.
I was gonna go with the Nazi
the
metaphor
Pokemon?
of invading Poland in slow motion. I don't know
What
if our
the fuck?
pockets needed
Dude,
that.
that's dark. What do you?
Yeah, man. I'm talking about Pokemon over here.
Any
Going
more
like World
Nazi
War II
jokes? I
fucking
see.
shit.
I see.
Yep.
I mean, we are the most Nazi-like video game podcast on the.
Holy crap! No,
We
we're not.
already said it in the first episode.
Too late. I already made it.
I hate you so much.
All right.
I'm sure somewhere out there really is one. So
I
I'm sure.
guarantee you there are multiple.
And they're
Dude,
all
there's
playing
a-
those fucking neo-Nazi games.
Okay.
Yeah.
there's a podcast that only covers the political spectrum of Star Wars. I'm sure there's a Nazi gaming podcast out there.
If you can make it, why not?
And on that note,
All right. In other news,
Next news story.
Bungie have announced via their official blog that the long drought for content for their massively successful shooter Destiny is on the way. According to the blog
The
post,
drought's
Bungie-
on the way.
No, the long drought for.
I hate to
Oh,
break
shit,
it to
I
you,
did
Kyle.
say
The
that.
drought's
I
busy.
did say that. Oh no, I can't English. Ugh. According to their blog post, Bungie will reveal that their quote next adventure unquote this Thursday, June 9th at 10 a.m. Pacific via Bungie's official Twitch page. Apparently, the stream comes just ahead of E3, which will presumably include a deeper dive with the development team.
Yeah.
Excitement. So
Super
important
excited.
to note, not this may not be related, but I mean it's presumably going to be. Rise of Iron has recently been leaked as the possible next expansion, and I know Josh, you're a giant fanboy for this Destiny game.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
So, basically, we know that there's at least one expansion coming in the fall, so September. And there was all this leaked artwork for this thing called Rise of Iron, which we assume is the expansion. However, some of the people in the community who are, maybe a little, what's the word?
zealous.
Yeah, no, I don't know the word.
Overcautious?
Oh no, they're just there's people who are basically saying like, what if this is a summer expansion and there's still a fall one? And I don't think that's real at all.
God.
Yeah, I'm like, you have obviously not been playing the game for the last like 7 months.
That's rather optimistic, I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
Rather
I actually wouldn't be surprised if there was like a balance update or something in the next 2 months that they talk about, like for, the Crucible, or if they add maybe a couple of quests or something. I wouldn't be surprised if in August or July we get an update, like a big update. But
Right.
and akin to like the one we just got in April. But if you're telling me Rise of Iron is going to be out in July, I'm like, you're out of your goddamn mind. Like, that's not happening. So, I honestly think, this next, the stream that's going to happen Thursday, which I'm going to be watching live, I think that is going to be the Rise of Iron announcement. We'll probably get a cinematic, and they'll probably tell us like 1 or 2 things, and then I bet you at Sony's conference or at some point during E3 the week after, we learn a bit more about it. And I imagine it's going to be just like Taken King. It's going to cost $40 and all that good stuff. But I'm excited. I need more Destiny content in my life.
I need to ask you a question, though, about this, Josh.
Yeah.
Side bet, will you eat your shorts if this comes out in summer?
I would love that. I'm not saying that would be. I'm not saying that would be a bad thing. That would be awesome. But I'm just saying, I doubt it's going to happen. I really doubt it. The other thing is that Rise of Iron.
Put the side bet down.
Will you take that bet?
Oh, sure. But
taking virtual hands. It's locked.
The other theory that has been going around that I'm just like, yeah, right, is people are like, Rise of Iron could still be the fall expansion, but that might not be what gets announced this week, and what might get announced is a different expansion that comes out in the summer. I'm like, man, you guys just really want something like right now.
There's going to be expansions on expansions on expansions.
Yeah. And
that's definitely what Bungie's track record is.
Yeah,
right?
I think
100%.
I think this year, obviously, it's been like the most content drought. Like this has been the least amount of content we've had come out in the game's life cycle. And to be fair, it's only been 2 years. But we know that Destiny 2 was supposed to come out at the end of this year, but it got pushed to next year with Rise of Iron, which was supposed to be coming out in April, coming out at the end of the year now. The theory now, because Activision had their whole conference call about getting other studios involved and hiring more people so that they could pump out content more frequently, is probably going to lead to year 3 having more content than year 2 did. Hopefully. That's the dream.
What do you think about the idea of, just real quick, the possibility of Destiny 2 being in the works, and this is why we've seen the drought?
It's probably why. Because
you think that's likely?
They're probably like, do we keep pumping all this money and resources into this game that was kind of gutted before coming out, or do we try to make Destiny 2 the best damn game it can be, while keeping a live team making the game, and we'll make expansions, but we'll pump all of our creative vision into the second one to make it like freaking awesome.
Right.
I'd say that's probably what's happening, because I really think Destiny 2 is going to be pretty different.
I think so too.
Game.
I'm keeping my hopes up.
I think fundamentally the game will work the same. Like it'll be
guns,
ships and
obviously.
perk rolls and all that. But I
Probably
think I'm really hoping there's like actual cutscenes and
one can hope.
Dedicated servers and 60 frames.
I think that's more of a stretch. I think that stuff's more of a
dedicated servers. I think they know that the community wants dedicated servers. I think they can do it.
Of course they want it, but who knows what'll happen? I don't know.
They should do it. If 343 can have dedicated servers, they're bigger than 343. They can have dedicated servers. Yeah, they are
huge. Anyways, in news that I actually won't open with a dumb joke, because not even I am this stupid. Electronic Arts announced a free expansion today to their Sims 4 that would offer gender customization options for fans. Now, no longer are there any restrictions placed on clothing, accessories, haircuts, or even speech styles for Sims. In a statement from EA, the company said, quote, we want to make sure the players create characters they can identify with or relate to through powerful tools that give them influence over a Sim's gender, age, ethnicity, body type, and more, unquote. Sentiment that more games should utilize, at least in my opinion, as we move forward towards a more positive and open industry. I thought this was a really cool headline.
That is cool. I'm thinking that this must have been a mod at some point. Somebody must have done it.
With the amount of Sims mods that are pretty, weird out there, I have no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what this actually makes me think of? Like this, because basically the thought I have while I was reading this was like, you know what? It's kind of embarrassing that The Sims waited this long to do it when fucking Sunset Overdrive did it 2 years ago. Like,
yeah, but when Sunset Overdrive did it, that was like a big deal.
Yeah, well,
I didn't even know that happened.
Deal. I mean, it wasn't really.
I didn't even know it happened.
Yeah, like
Sunset Overdrive. Also be from fair, the get-go, you could wear whatever you wanted.
Yeah, it
didn't
Sims 4 came out before Sunset Overdrive, Did I believe?
Did Sims 4 come out?
Maybe
before
I'm.
Sunset Overdrive?
Maybe I'm remembering things wrong.
It did probably.
I mean, it still took them two years after Sunset Overdrive's release to even come close. I mean, this isn't something that really takes that much time to do.
I mean, to also be fair, Maxis isn't around anymore.
Oh, right.
Whoever's working on Sims 4 content is not Maxis.
True.
Probably some studio just
I kind of
in
forgot they were.
EA.
I forgot about that, actually.
It makes me very sad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, SimCity.
Okay, so the picture's starting to come together now. This makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
It's all coming back to you.
Yeah. Did you really just make a boomerang reference?
Yes, I did. It's about time you guys noticed, because I've been saying that forever and no one said anything, and I'm like, nobody watched Boomerang apparently.
Josh, I haven't had Boomerang for 6 years.
I just watched Cartoon Network and I saw the ad for it. I'd be like, can I just watch some Dexter's Lab, please? I don't want to watch Boomerang.
Can I just watch some Dexter's Lab?
But that's what's on Boomerang.
Now it is, but it wasn't then.
Well, because then they had all the older cartoons.
The old stuff, like really.
It was like all the old, not good stuff, and then
he's not your average bear, Josh.
He's not. What if I just want an average bear?
Better fucking look elsewhere, because Yogi Bear's gonna
elsewhere. I like that.
All right. In a shocking turn of events, Konami continues to sully the Metal Gear Solid brand as they reveal the upcoming Pachinko game based off of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Machines will make use of a 32-inch high-definition screens and upgraded graphics so you can see every sweet, salty pixel in great detail.
Salty is what it is.
Very salty, very salty. The YouTube video for the Pachinko Machine's official trailer has been, unfortunately, mass downvoted, similar to the recent Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer. Despite Konami not having a fucking clue what the hell to do with these properties, it seems at least the cinematics look really good as they will be placed into Fox Engine.
So this is literally a joke that turned into a real thing. Like people were joking about this before.
Somehow this is a real thing. I feel like Konami, somebody up high, just wanted to spite Kojima really badly.
I can't wait till they have a PT Pachinko machine.
No, this is what they're thinking. Honestly, this is what they're thinking. They're like, we make Pachinko machines now, and we have all these franchises like Castlevania.
Oh yeah, obviously. I'm taking a cynical approach to this, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, basically just.
I'm salty about this.
Hashtag fuck Konami.
It's still going, man. It's still going. It's going to go for a long time.
It probably will.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that. Just.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say about that.
Have you seen the trailer though?
I got to like.
It makes me so frustrated because it's like,
and I was like, no.
It looks so nice, like the actual cinematics in it. It's like this is used for a fucking slot machine in Japan that I can't even play if I wanted to.
I saw the weird, like, sexual violence pachinko trailer for the Castlevania one.
Sexual violence?
Did not know
it said something about that in it.
That's weird.
There's like all these like scantily clad boob women.
Scantily clad boob women.
When was that a thing in Castlevania? I don't remember. I don't know.
Konami's got a very interesting interpretation of that game.
Yeah, I guess.
Speaking of things that remind us of how terrible Konami is, let's move our focus towards PT for a moment. A game that was helmed by Hideo Kojima and famed director Guillermo del Toro. Its playable teaser marked a moment in gaming history as one of the slyest marketing moves of all time, only to then be canceled by Konami during a wake of massively awkward breakup between Konami and Kojima. Fast forward to the following year, long after the dust from PT has settled, and a new opponent approached in the form of Allison Road, a PT-inspired first-person horror game. The game was successfully kickstarted and seemed on the road to success. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Until this past Saturday, when we received word from the game's official Twitter that a hit had indeed been canceled due to yet unspecified reasons. The tweet read, quote, "Hi all. Sadly, Allison Road had to be canceled. Statement to come in the next few days. Thanks for all the support. And very sad it came to this," unquote. We screamed to the heavens yet again, asking God, why can't we have nice things?
How much you want to bet it was Konami?
Well, I mean,
I'd say 50-50.
I'd say there's a chance of it. I'm not sure. Like, was there anything in Allison Road that directly alluded to PT? Like,
I mean, it looks like it.
That's the thing. I've heard stories before about like specific mechanics being trademarked and specific, weird things like that in a game.
Yeah.
And a company like Konami
is the
who are
exact
trying
type
to
of
protect
company that
your
would do
IP
that.
of
Yeah.
Right. If they're trying to protect the IP and they see a game like this coming out that looks like eerily similar, like not just to the point of like Layers of Fear and stuff, but like this looks like almost the same engine.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
If there's any developer I feel like or publisher that would bring down the hammer like that for something even close, it would be Konami. Like it's definitely them.
Do you guys honestly think that they're salty about Kojima? Like, do you think that they're upset?
Oh, yes.
Why else do you think they barred him from going to the Game Awards?
I mean, I agree. I'm just saying, like, this is so unprofessional.
I just don't understand why. Like, there's more to it probably that we just don't know.
There has to be.
Yeah.
There has to be a giant. Like, what? It could be possible
he
that
cost
Kojima
them a
is
shitload
actually
of
an
money.
asshole to work with. Right.
I mean,
and like to be fairly honest, Metal Gear Solid doesn't sell the numbers that Metal Gear Solid 5 probably took to fucking make. It's not a Call of Duty,
Right.
Well, it's like that whole story about when Epic was going to make Gears of War 4 and they saw how much it was going to cost and like, this isn't worth it. Yeah.
Right.
Konami's probably been saying that for years, and Kojima takes forever to make something. So
yeah, I agree. I mean,
he's always super ambitious.
That's the thing. I think Kojima has so much goodwill behind him, but it's that doesn't translate to dollars necessarily.
Right.
So like it's easy to judge Konami from afar and just be like, oh look, they fucked over, one of the most prolific game developers of all time. But it's like, this dude is, it's like what's his face who makes Kingdom Hearts. He takes a long time. He needs a lot of money, and people like his name.
I almost said Uematsu, but I was like, that's not right. That's not right at all.
I wish he was still fucking working. Jesus.
I know.
So what's the last game he did? I can't even remember.
Blue Dragon?
He didn't do that. He did Lost Odyssey, though.
But don't those come out like the Lost Odyssey came out first. Blue Dragon came out after. So.
Yeah, but he didn't do the music on Blue Dragon, I think.
Oh, he didn't? I thought, but he okay.
I don't know. I may be incorrect, but I remember most of the music
from
Blue Dragon.
is just rushing into
that fucking fighting song. Who sang that?
It's the same
somebody
from Deep Purple, I think.
Right. Yeah, some fucking weird. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the singer from Deep Purple.
Dragon.
Yeah.
I just bought that game on 360 again, actually.
I'm going through because I played the demo and I was actually kind of enjoyed it, but I just never bought it when it came out.
Game gets a bad rap. I think it's a really fun JRPG. I'm actually just playing through a bunch of 360 JRPGs, like the recent 360 sale that just went on. Yeah. I bought Eternal Sonata, which I'm having a lot of fun with.
Nice. That's a cool game. I love the concept.
So great. It's such a charming game for being such a dark premise.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Someone's on his deathbed.
And how he's having a journey in a musical land.
Play this fanciful adventure.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that does it for the news. That was 7 news stories.
Wow, that was it?
Dude, you missed 2.
So what did we miss?
You missed the Pokemon thing, and you missed the young boy stops the guy from robbing, or like attacks the robber.
Yeah,
I told you before we started that we cut those.
We cut those?
Yeah, I told you.
No, I don't remember you saying that. Okay.
Let's get real transparent on this podcast.
Yeah, well, we had 2 news stories. Apparently they were cut, and I did not hear it.
Yeah, we just cut it because we wanted to do a special time down.
Apparently,
the Geek Tank looks like one of those N64s that are like see-through.
Basically.
Only
I was in a
inside
coma
and
for 2
has people
minutes.
like fucking struggling to get the circuit board to work.
Okay, well, anyway.
All right, let's. We got. What else do we got on the dock?
We got to keep it short anyway, because we got a lot to talk about.
Yes,
we do have a lot to talk about. It's a heavy fucking week, but we do have one more thing before we move on to the topic of the week. We have a new segment for listeners. We've got what's coming out, which we're going to talk about. The games that you can expect to be playing. That'll be fun.
The Warcraft movie. Oh wait,
you're gonna play the Warcraft movie.
I mean, you can do it right now.
I mean, I guess.
I'm gonna go watch it. I'm excited and scared.
Is that next week?
At the same time, it is. It's Thursday.
I think you'll like it, honestly.
I think so. We'll see. I'm hoping to do like a spoiler cast at some point for it.
Yeah, we should go over it. And talk,
but make myself go see it maybe.
So we've got a list of every major release coming out from June 7th, which is the release date of this podcast, and June 14th, which is the following week. So first up, we got a very big AAA game coming out. We've got Mirror's Edge Catalyst for PC, PS4, Xbox One, June 4th. I'm very excited for this.
I'm excited.
Are you guys getting it day one?
I'm broke, so no.
You are. For some reason, when you said broke, I was like, you are baroque, as in like the musical
style.
Obama.
Wow.
It's like, oh, okay. Or Baroque Obama.
Oh God. I am broke Obama.
I'm thinking of like a painting of Obama in like a style.
He's like pulling out his but he's like pulling out his pockets, like there's like a butterfly coming out.
There's butterflies in his pockets?
What? No, because you know how people when they don't have any money, like in the cartoons, they would open up their wallet and like a little butterfly would come out.
Yeah. Multiple artistic styles.
He's like pulling out his pockets.
Let's see. What else is coming out that day? We've got Minecraft Story Mode Episode 6, A Portal to Mystery for PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. Almost everything.
That's a lot of platforms.
That is true. Full disclosure, Josh's girlfriend works over at Telltale.
Yep.
Yeah, she does.
This is a fact.
Shout out to Nicole.
Yeah, shout out to Nicole. We've also got Odin Sphere Leftriser for PS3, PS4, and Vita June 7th.
Yeah, Odin Sphere.
I don't care what the fuck anybody says. I'm super hyped on Odin Sphere.
Yeah, really everybody's hyped on Odin Sphere. I've never played it, but I've heard
this is coming out until now.
I heard the concept that like the entire game takes place like on a it's like a side scroller, right? Mm-hmm. Like the whole thing is like a big circle, so if you just walk all the way right, you'll get to the other side. Yeah, I was like, that is super cool. I did not know that.
It's a sphere.
Yeah,
literally. Whoa!
When are they gonna make like Thor Sphere and Sphere?
Loki
Just
Sphere.
imagine. Whenever we blend it in with the Marvel Universe, that's when it's gonna happen.
No.
Wait, what?
This is real Norse mythology here.
Oh, I thought it was just
are you saying Thor isn't real Norse mythology?
Bro? I said he is. You were the one talking about Marvel.
Marvel is Norse mythology, bro.
Oh my god.
Spider-Man's fucking.
Can we not?
With the life tree. I don't know.
Can we
Spider-Man built you yourself.
Can we fucking not?
Oh god.
Killing ice giants and shit.
What else do we got over here? We got Kirby Planet Robobot for 3DS on June 10th. Cool. I'm actually happy about this because Robobot has been getting a lot of good press, and it's the 3DS. Like Nintendo needs games, fair and simple.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, you want some good press? Sure.
I think the real awesome thing about Kirby as a genre now is that like they can just throw in whatever the fuck they want to make different mechanical decisions because it's just fucking Kirby. Kirby can do whatever. Like he can be a crayon thing. He can be
a crayon.
He can be a literal crayon. Let's see. On the same day, we got Sherlock Holmes: The Devil's Daughter for PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Those are supposed to be surprisingly good.
Yeah, from what
they definitely are. I've played Crimes and Punishment. Very fun game. I recommend everybody try it out.
I'll have to give it a go. I think I have
one.
A Humble Bundle or something. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's one of those games that like shows up on your Steam library and you're like, when did I get this?
It just happened. It just slided in right over there. Okay, so that does it for the games coming out for the next week. So that's moving right on to
I enjoyed
the very first epper. Yeah, I liked it. I think it's a good addition. Breaks things up, gives a little pacing. But now we're on to the steak portion of the dinner.
Ooh.
Topic of the show. Succulent steak.
Top.
Put A1 sauce all over that steak.
Ooh, getting me hungry, dude. I ate a PB&J sandwich for dinner, and I don't think that was enough.
You gotta get you a steak, man. Put a steak in between that PB&J.
I'm broke, dude. I can't afford nothing.
In between PB&J.
You know what? Oh, so when I was at Kind of Funny Live in the weekend, I had a straight up a grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and it was freaking awesome. It was so good.
Oh, shit, was it all
Dude,
melty and gooey?
It was divine. But they used like this pepper jelly instead of like grape jelly, so it was like a tiny bit spicy. It was so good, dude.
Pepper jelly? Oh, like peppers.
Yeah, like you know how they make like kind of a sweet pepper like jelly.
Yeah,
it's like a little spicy, and you put it on crackers and stuff. They put it on this. It was so good.
Nice.
It was
Where the
so
fuck
good.
did you get that at?
We went to like a food truck place, and one of the food trucks was like specialty PB&J sandwiches.
My town needs more food trucks.
I know. Cool. You should check, dude. Food trucks have the best stuff.
Yes, they do.
They really do.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Actually, and this is relevant because when I was at Rutgers University, the biggest thing about it was that this lot that was at Rutgers housed these like 4 food trucks, and it was called the grease trucks. And they actually made these things called the
grease trucks.
Yeah, they made this thing called fat sandwiches, which literally
shit, I know what you're talking about.
You just take bread and you like the famous one was called the Fat Daryl, which they just took like chicken fingers, mozzarella sticks, fries, marinara sauce, and just like dumped it all in a bun. And
dude, you're killing me. This sounds great.
I need to go back. I'm going to go back there tomorrow. I have tomorrow off, so I might go get some grease trucks.
This sounds like after I eat it, I would enter the Odin sleep, but I'm kind of okay with that.
The majority of the weight I gained in college was because of that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
went full circle here.
Anyway, enough about food. Can we,
Yeah. Foodcast.
Foodcast. That's correct. So other than food, so like we said before, E3's coming up, biggest event of the year. So to celebrate and also gauge pretty much what we think is going to be happening at the show, we got E3 predictions. Mm-hmm. So how this is going to work for listeners, we've got 5 predictions each of us. What we're going to be doing is going from one person to the next. To make this simple, let's go at how we got here in our little So let's go Dave, Josh, Nate, and me closing out, and then we'll go 1 each, round back around, 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then we are going to close the show out with some obnoxiously insane, like Bastion turret, annoying play the game moments.
like Genji.
Oh Jesus.
Genji hard counter.
And close the show out with some things that probably will never happen. So I think it'll be some fun. Don't you?
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this like
you're number 1.
No idea.
You're number 1, so give us your number 1.
I get to start. Okay. So my number 1 is relative, not outlandish. I think it's probably going to happen, just maybe not the whole thing. My first prediction is that the PlayStation 4 Neo will be announced, and it'll be, I'm sorry, I made an error there. It'll be $399.99, and it will launch in October of 2016.
$399.99.
$39,000.
So the same month as the PSVR?
Well, see, So
isn't that the same month?
So that's the first thing. That's the first reason I thought of that. And then or it might have been November for the PSVR. I don't know. It's in that it's in that area. But the second reason I thought was kind of strange because apparently there was going to be a cutoff date for games to be quote unquote Neo ready, to have like those upgraded visuals and whatnot. And that was October 1st. And guess what game is getting released on September 30th? That probably doesn't have Neo ready components. And that's Final Fantasy 15. I thought that date was kind of strange, I guess, like September 30th, the end of a month, the exact end of a month, and I thought that was done specifically because of this.
I mean, it is a Friday, and games normally don't come out Friday.
Some do.
It's a global.
Yeah, occasionally, but like
it's mostly usually Tuesday.
I think it's becoming a lot more regular.
I mean, we had Doom. That did it.
Doom came out Friday. Yeah, I was very glad it did. That was a great day for it to come out.
Oh, yeah,
just plow through it in the weekend. But okay, so I see what you're saying. I feel like that's a bit quick, though.
I mean, I think considering that the rumors are ramping up so quickly, I think they're going to be. I mean, I think the October thing I think might be a bit of a stretch, but I think it's going to release this year. because it's just the way that these rumors have been ramping up. I think that they're going to give us the 6 months to prepare ourselves and let the internet shit itself. And then, because that the day after this thing gets announced, our PS4 is going to be like a nightmare. Like, you don't want to go anywhere near that. But it's just, that's how I'm thinking about it. So that's what I think.
I think it has to come out this year if VR is coming out, because that's going to be one of the main selling points. I think
it's so interesting because, like, I feel like, these new console rumors have been so centered and focused on VR, but the VR conversation from what Oculus has done, what Vive has done, has been almost silent since launch. And I know that's partly just because, like, there's not a whole lot of games that have been able to come out recently, other than, like, the trash. And we've also got, oh god, what was it? The delays in getting stuff out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. What do you got, Josh?
All right. So since that was a pretty reasonable prediction, I'll follow it up with a pretty reasonable prediction. Mine actually has to do with Bethesda. I think that Bethesda will come on stage and they'll actually show off the Elder Scrolls card game that they had announced last year, and then it will be available for download right after.
I think that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
The only reason I say that is because of the way Fallout Shelter did when they were just like doing their little experiment, and that game did bonkers.
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
and, I think they'll try and follow that up.
Do you think, because when Fallout Shelter was announced, they originally made it iOS only. Do you think they'll do a dual release now with iOS and Android? And no one cares about Windows Phone. But
it did come out on Android.
I don't think it came out on Android immediately.
Android had to wait.
No, it did come out. Yeah, because I remember we downloaded it.
Concurrently, though. It didn't come out at the same time. It came out later.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure we downloaded it. We have mainly Android.
I distinctly remember that I had to wait.
Me too.
And I have an Android.
Really?
Yeah. Just believe the man, Josh.
Anyway. All right, I'll believe you. I'll believe you.
I'm taking,
I don't remember that, but I'll believe you.
I'm taking the internet.
So does that?
You guys can keep going.
Does that come with the assumption that we're getting the new Elder Scrolls as well?
I don't know. I don't know if they'll even announce. They're probably working on an Elder Scrolls game, but will they show it? I feel like no. I feel like in my heart.
Bethesda's got not a giant catalog of content, and they've already.
Well, they have Dishonored 2 coming out this year. That's going to be a big seller.
That's one game.
So Fallout Shelter came out on June 14th for iOS and August 13th for Android.
Oh, shit. You get it, Dave. You're right. Jesus.
Wikipedia, motherfucker. I had to know.
That's fine.
All right, so Elder Scrolls.
Bethesda is not one of their games. Bethesda's not one of their games. Dishonored is Arcane, but they publish it, so.
Yeah, but Bethesda's catalog in general, I feel like, is not that extensive.
They only release like a game a year. Their other studios do work. Like they had Doom just come out.
They had Fallout, which was the big hitters from last year.
They have more. So this year they have more Fallout DLC coming out this year, though. That makes them
okay. So we've got Fallout DLC and we've got Dishonored 2, and I think by your assumptions, we're putting on a mobile game for Elder Scrolls. What else is there?
Yes,
enough
I don't know. They might have something.
Wolfenstein. Ooh.
Wolfenstein.
Oh fuck! Why did I forget
another? You think they'll have another spin-off Wolfenstein thing?
I'd buy that in a heartbeat if they did.
I think a new game.
Yeah, I did play a little bit of I didn't play the other one, but I played a little bit of. Was it called First Blood?
Yeah, Old Blood.
It was pretty cool, but I liked it.
It's basically
it's not as good as the main game, but
I don't care if it's another Wolfenstein. I just want Machine Games to make another shooter. Like they are so good at that.
That game feels like a Tarantino movie. I fucking love it.
It really does.
I like even the scene in First Blood where you walk in and they're like Frankfurter, and he's like, yeah, I like hot dog, and they all laugh. It's so Tarantino. I loved it.
Pretty good. All right, so Nate, what do you got for your first one?
Okay, I think that the 2K or Take-Two is the bigger one.
Take-Two is the bigger one, I think.
Okay, so I think 2K will announce a BioShock collection to come out. I'm guessing in the fall, and then the next BioShock game to come out sometime in 2017.
Ooh, a new BioShock.
Yeah, well,
really?
This is mostly wishful thinking because BioShock series is my favorite series.
Gotcha.
But I mean, we've had ratings for the BioShock collection for quite some time now.
Right.
I think they're just sitting on it.
Do you think Ken Levine would be working on it at all? Or do you
No,
think
he's working on his own game, I think.
Yeah, but it's a small one. I'm saying, like, could he be, like, collaborating to some extent?
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Possible.
I would hope if there's any
I hope
Bioshock.
so, yeah.
Because I feel like people like to say Bioshock 2 is really great, and I appreciate that, but, like, I just feel like it's not Bioshock.
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
Yeah. Like, there's such a feeling that you get from those games.
I mean,
was
Nate, I'll say,
absent.
all right. Yeah, I'll say that I think out of those, like, that's kind of like a two-part prediction there. I think out of the two of those predictions, I think that the collection is pretty much a given. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yep.
As far as the new Bioshock, I mean,
It's wishful.
that's wishful. I mean, it'd be cool if they did, but I think that that's definitely more the one that's like not even a maybe. That's like you said, wishful.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, though, this is based off of the rumors that have been circulating, right? Because, like, we've heard like you were saying, the ratings board has come out for a Bioshock collection, stuff like that. So I think it's likely. So what games would be included in the collection? 1, 2, and
Yeah, I think all of them. Plus
Okay.
DLC. I mean, select
like
DLC.
I feel like they would pull a Batman Arkham with it and not include 2.
No, I don't know about that.
No, they will.
Yep.
I think the ratings for them said that they were all included.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Dude,
Or-
I hate how people bash on 2. 2's a good game. Is it Bioshock
That's
1?
fine.
No,
That's
but it's a
fine.
good game.
That it's good. But
And-
I'm just saying.
Before Infinite came out, they came out with a collection of the first 2 together.
Oh, good
So I
point.
think
Yeah.
they'll put them together.
All right.
Wasn't that on the older consoles, though?
Yeah,
Oh, well, I guess you're right, because it's not on these consoles. I'm stupid.
right.
Yeah, I was like, where are you going with this?
I played Infinite on PC, so I kind of forgot.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay. All right. I think that's at least within reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one I've got, my number one, just to preface this, I wrote this down jottingly very quickly, like almost anxiously because we were trying to get to recording. So I don't know how likely or even if these have been confirmed or denied at this point. I just put them down.
Gotcha.
Okay.
First one, Naughty Dog announces Uncharted 4 single-player DLC released by the end of the summer.
And then the summer. Wow.
I think half of that is reasonable. I don't think the end of the summer is going to be.
I mean, end of the summer goes up to
If anything,
Yeah.
I would say they announced.
September.
Yeah.
I would say they announced more multiplayer content or a co-op mode before they even announced the single player thing.
I think multiplayer is sort of assured just because they've always done Uncharted multiplayer. But I'm saying the reason why I think single player is so adamant in my mind is because this is last Uncharted. Naughty Dog's like putting their final stamp on it, and they did it with The Last of Us with that DLC content. And I feel like Uncharted 4 is one of the best-selling PS4 games already.
Well,
So I feel like they have a lot of incentive to attract that player base back towards single-player content because the multiplayer content does not necessarily sell towards the entire consumer base with Uncharted.
the single player DLC I think has been confirmed already.
Yeah.
Has it really?
One.
Well,
yeah.
shit.
Well,
I think
no, we know
looking-
that they're doing one. The question is, will they announce it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I think looking back at The Last of Us, it came out in 2013, and then the Left Behind DLC came out February of the next year. So I don't think we'll get that until spring at the earliest.
yeah. I mean, well, actually, I'd probably push it to like I'll say that summer probably isn't going to happen, Kyle. But I'd say maybe January. Maybe.
The only reason why I put it at my end of summer too is because I feel like announcing DLC for a game that is not even within the next few months is a bit pompous, I guess.
Yeah, but they
So-
could save something like that for Gamescom.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying if it does get announced at E3, I do believe that it's going to be soon. I mean, to be fair, Uncharted 4 was delayed how many times? So like this could have been working on the
Sure.
back burner.
Sure, but didn't they say like they don't even know what it's going to be? They just know they're making it.
Well, I mean, it's a developer.
Well, I'm sure they know now, but
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like
At
when a
the
developer
time.
says like, "Oh, we can't really comment
we don't know.
because we don't know." It's like, "Oh, okay." Even though you have like 6 different projects in the works in pre-production.
Yeah.
My shoes fell off.
What?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
All right, Dave.
Just the
What do you
voice.
got for number 2?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think this one's too out there either. Mass Effect Andromeda is given a March 2017 release, and at EA Play they're going to show multiplayer and campaign footage, and they're probably going to try and push multiplayer on us pretty hard.
That's a lot of things.
Because
very specific.
Yeah, because honestly, this happened because I've been noticing this ever since Mass Effect 3. They've been trying to integrate multiplayer in even more. Like with Dragon Age Inquisition, they had it too, and and then of course the Old Republic. I mean, that's just multiplayer in general. I'm just not. I'm seeing that they're probably going to try and like. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do it, but they're probably going to be showing the footage. They're probably going to have like 4 people on stage and doing the whole like, hey, we're playing the game thing. And it's probably going to like have another thing like how Mass Effect 3 worked, where you have to play the multiplayer in order to affect the single player game somehow. I hope they don't do that, but I
really hope they don't do that.
But I have to basically say what I expect of EA, and
historically,
that's what I expect of EA.
You can expect that.
Yeah.
I think most of that is pretty appropriate.
I'd say it's pretty reasonable. Yeah.
I mean, just going from assumptions off of like how they've treated Mass Effect since, like, I feel like many game companies, especially in the AAA third-party space, are realizing that online experiences are a good focus.
Yeah.
So I can see Mass Effect 3 having a bigger push for multiplayer, especially with how well the multiplayer did critically. Like, people kept talking about how surprisingly fun it was. Yeah. But like people kept saying like, "Oh, this is surprisingly fun." Like, it's not just crammed in there; it's actually really good. And like, I didn't like it, but
I thought it was okay. I just hated that it was that was kind of like you were forced to do it. I mean,
you technically weren't, but
I mean, once you saw the ending and realized that you got the same ending no matter what you did in the multiplayer, it's not technically you need to, but like when you first when the game first came out, I was thinking like, oh my god, I have to play this in order to get the best ending. This sucks. And it was like not even like 1 or 2 matches. Like you had to be playing it for a little bit to get the galactic readiness level up. It was like 6, 7 hours, 8 hours of multiplayer you had to play. Which was like, all right, like what? Stop.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't do that again.
They're going to be esports focused this time.
Oh Jesus!
This is not what I want happening to Mass Effect.
I like esports, but every time I hear a company say that they're trying to make something an esport, it's a huge turnoff.
Yeah.
It's usually the worst idea.
Yeah. It's like make a good game.
What do you got for your number 2?
Dave stole mine, I'm just kidding. I have another one. So I think I'm trying to do one prediction for at least every press conference, minus Nintendo. So I'm going to do an EA one. I think that the Amy Hennig Star Wars game will be shown, and it will be a reboot of Star Wars 1313.
Ooh, a reboot of a game that didn't come out.
That's a bit lofty.
Well, a reimagining or like redesign, basically.
So
that's what I mean.
Okay.
And the reason I say this is because I think that game's gonna get made. I really do. But I think that a lot of the reason it got canceled was it needed to fit into Disney's new canon, and it wasn't gonna. And that's part of the reason, and also Disney getting out of video games entirely. So I think that they'll actually make the game canon, like actual new canon, and it was basically Uncharted in space. Who knows that better than Amy Hennig,
Yeah.
Right.
So I think, they'll re-reveal Star Wars 1313. It'll be Amy Hennig's Star Wars game, and it will probably not even come with a release window, but we'll see it.
You're going to play as Han Solo in Adventures with your best bud, Boba Fett.
Dude, I would still play that.
I mean,
it's just a buddy cop.
Your best bud.
Your best bud.
Dude, I would love like a Han Solo, Lando Calrissian buddy cop game.
That'd be pretty
I would love that.
That would be so rad.
If old Harrison Ford is solely in the Uncharted series, he just hates everything.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like when he played Uncharted 3, look at these graphics.
I don't know which button makes the guy move. All right, Nate, what do you got for your number 2?
That would have been better if it was old Harrison Ford fumbling with a DualShock. It's like Uncharted 3. He's
just touching the touchpad, trying to make things happen.
Okay.
I don't know how any of this works.
All right,
All right, I'm done.
Before Josh dies, apparently.
Oh my god.
Nate,
I got-
what do you got?
Okay, I think at the Microsoft conference, we're going to get a trailer for Gears 4, whether it be gameplay or just like a cinematic, and we'll get a spring 2017 release date for it.
Spring.
Yeah, I think it's getting pushed.
You really think it's getting
Makes
pushed?
sense.
They have like nothing else coming out.
Yeah, I know, but like we've seen we saw that one trailer that was like a remake of the awesome trailer that everybody loved from the first game, and then we've seen a gameplay that looked very rudimentary. I just think
We
we
also
don't.
got the
I don't think we've seen
Damn.
enough of this.
I mean, we got the,
That's
we got
rough.
we had the multiplayer.
And then we
beta.
played that beta.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got something.
Yeah,
it was definitely
I think
something.
the beta is in a
It wasn't
different
much,
state
but it was
now.
something.
I feel like the multiplayer is in a different state than the single player, just because of the different approaches they're taking.
Yeah,
I think I don't know. Like I could see it happening. I'm not saying that it's unplausible. Definitely is, but I feel like Coalition is on their game. What's his name? Who's the guy that's in charge of Gears 4?
John Coalition.
John.
John Coalition.
That's what we're gonna call him from this time.
Papa Johnny Coalition
I
over here.
love
Johnny.
that name. Johnny
Jesus
Coalition.
Johnny Coalition. That sounds good.
Oh, that's so good.
Whoever that guy is, that Johnny Coalition is assumably.
Hey everybody, it's Johnny Coalition
God,
here to
no.
take back Gears of War.
Don't do that. Please don't do this.
I mean, I'm speaking mostly from just like marketing and like vid-doc shit I've seen, but I feel like I don't know. I'm not saying that it's not. It's so fucking possible. It's like 99% possible. I'm just saying, like, I don't want it to. I don't think it's going to. I don't know.
Sure.
What do you guys think?
I would say there isn't any rumblings of that happening yet, so I wouldn't necessarily like say
Rumblings.
absolutely I'm not saying like absolutely happening or anything like that. I think it's definitely plausible. Like I could totally see it happening. But at the same time, I hope it doesn't, because then Xbox is kind of fucked for this whole fall, holiday release.
I mean, as Sony have shown, the amount of fucking first-party games that Microsoft has on stock doesn't matter.
Right.
Like they're
Very true.
They're not helping that much.
That and so it's funny because Sony is like so much more focused on first-party games than Microsoft is. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I think it is.
We've had what? Like, why do you keep coughing?
I don't know, dude. I'm having a coughing fit. I need to get a cough drop.
Josh, don't die. This is our first episode.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Second episode, E3 happened, and
Rip Josh.
that's my new name. When I get a job at Coalition, it's called Rip Josh.
Rip
Oh,
Josh.
God. All right, so my next prediction, I don't know how fucking likely, probably not very at all, but I'm expecting a new Halo mobile title that will be released on Windows and Xbox Live as well, similar to Spartan Assault or whatever. Then I'm also expecting a new Halo title to be teased that's a mainline Halo game that will be fully revealed at next year's E3.
All of that and Halo 2? Or the Halo Wars 2?
I was like, Halo 2.
Yep. because we've got because the
Spoiler
mainline
alert.
Halos, I feel like they get them out like, hey, we're working on a new Halo fairly quickly. They did that with Halo 4 because it's Halo 4, obviously. But Halo 5 was teased at the fucking launch event or whatever, the announcement.
Yeah.
And it took a while before Halo 5 Guardians was ever finally revealed. I also feel like Halo's big enough property that they can both release a mobile title that will coincide with whatever canon is going on, as well as a following Halo mainline that they can tease. Halo Wars 2, I feel like, is approaching a different audience entirely because they don't have any RTSs or anything like that on the system. So I think like it's not going to be diluting the IP very much, and it's going to be approaching two different markets.
Well, it's also a
That's
different
the reason.
developer too, so it's definitely possible that what you're proposing might happen.
I didn't even think about Halo Wars 2.
I think
Yeah.
that, at least
I think they're gonna that'll be a pretty big thing at the show probably.
I think at least they'll
I'm
drop
sure.
a cinematic for Halo 6 most likely, or the next Halo, whatever it ends up being.
Yeah, I'm expecting like a CG thing, just
like a
the
little tease.
Chief and the fucking cloak
Chief-
thing that we
that
got.
thing-
Chief
never
in a
happened.
cloth, and then he takes the cloth off again, and then there's
Yeah.
like a different cloth under it.
Yeah.
And it's,
It's like
It's
come
John
back
Coalition
to
secretly.
Gamescom where he's gonna take the other cloth off.
Oh, jeez. But I don't know. I think Halo's a big property that they need to stay focused on, because as we have seen, there hasn't been as much excitement for the other games that they've been releasing. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, Halo 5 also has been doing very strong in its post-release content.
Oh, yeah.
So,
do you think they'll announce a big, like, paid expansion for Halo 5? Because I feel like they're not quite ready to release Halo 6, but maybe, like, to keep people playing Halo 5, would they release, like, a big, like, a campaign expansion or something?
They have Firefight coming soon.
Yeah,
I think that
not
would
like next month.
I don't think they're going to try a paid expansion. I mean, they already have microtransactions. I don't think they're going to
Right.
they're going to attempt that. I think that would.
And they had a lot of goodwill from saying
Well,
that all the maps
not
would
a
be free.
multiplayer one, like an actual single player one,
I just think that's so unlikely from
like a
Microsoft's
4-hour story expansion.
Because what other games has Microsoft done where they've done first or single player story content?
None,
DLC?
but this could be it. I don't know.
I mean, it
feel
could.
Like,
I'm just saying I don't think it will.
I feel like people would respond to that.
To a bad, badly responded.
It'll be a
Halo
it'll be a
5.
4-hour campaign entitled Locke's character development.
Oh, God.
add on DLC. That's great. Want to
Locke
learn
has
more about
gotten-
Locke's story? Buy a Mountain Dew and get an exclusive code to buy the $40 expansion pack.
I just love how Locke has gotten his own fucking TV show. He has been in 90% of the levels that you play in Halo 5, and still there's jack shit the most character that I could think of in the Halo universe.
Yeah, he's so mundane. It's just like
Yep.
So,
I don't know. Anyway, moving along, Dave, you got number 3 for us?
Number 3. Okay. So this one is going to be about actually one of my most anticipated game of this year, hopefully, if it's coming out this year. My prediction is that Persona 5 will get a November 2016 Western release date. Basically, the reason I say that 15th. Is because I don't think they're going to do a global release for this one. I don't think Atlas is going to do that. So, but I think hopefully they release it this year, and if they do, they're going to release it at least a month or two after Final Fantasy 15. Because I think that the fan bases are so different here than they are in Japan. Whereas in Japan, you can make an argument that between Final Fantasy 15 and... Here, you guys still there? Hold up.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. Just make sure. I thought my computer was having a problem.
Yeah, we're here. We're just trying to give you space, Dave. Jesus.
Yeah, we're letting you express yourself.
My computer was shitting itself yesterday. I'm just making sure.
Okay.
Literally shitting itself.
Literally
like
shitting itself. I had it over the toilet. It was not a good scene, okay?
It's like, stop it. What are you doing? You didn't eat anything. Oh my God.
Okay. So anyway, Persona versus Final Fantasy in Japan, I feel is more of like a head-to-head type thing, whereas I think in the West here, it's a little bit more of like a Final Fantasy has definitely a little bit more of a leg up than Persona. Not saying that one is better than the other. I'm just saying that more people know about Final Fantasy here than Persona. So
more people know about Final Fantasy than Persona.
What?
I don't know.
Why do you gotta make this?
Hey, who is this Chie?
Hey,
you don't have no cloud hair.
Why you gotta make this about where I'm from, Josh? Why you gotta make this about? Why you gotta make this about that I'm from New Jersey? Why you gotta make that about that? Why?
Hey, all I'm saying is where's Cloud Strife?
Hey, Chris Christie. Look at this Chie over here.
Chris Christie. Yo, Chris Christie, you ever played Final Fantasy 7?
I'm too busy at this Trump rally, dude.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I hate myself
funding the worst presidential campaign ever on New Jersey taxpayer dollars. Anyway,
Politicast.
We'll get Trump fucking later. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I agree with the fact that I think it's going to take time, so there's not going to be a global release date.
Yeah.
However, I do think it's going to be a little bit longer than we're hoping.
Yeah,
I feel like it's going to be.
I just like to be hopeful.
I think it might even stretch into next year, like not quarter 1. Like it's probably going to be maybe January some point. I don't know.
January.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a news story about like the people that publish Atlas games in North America? Something happened wrong there.
Something happened wrong.
Something words.
Something's happening
I
wrong.
remember something about that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry.
Right, never mind.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nate knows more about this than any of us, so I'm just going to assume he's right.
Apparently.
A weird dream I had.
He's got the Japanese game industry on lock.
There you go.
He's got a Chie wall scroll in his room.
Yep.
It's just a
A
heart around
wall
it.
scroll. I used to have those. I had like a Trigun one.
It's actually my pillow.
Dude, Trigun's dope. Do you have a body pillow?
Yeah.
No, that's the true test.
He's got
Unite.
a Vash the Stampede body.
Oh my god.
I actually met. Do you guys watch the English? Did you guys watch the English dub of Trigun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met his voice actor. Actually,
The Power Ranger?
Yep. Adam. Adam.
Was that who it was? Really? It was a Power Ranger?
Yeah, the Red Power Ranger.
Yeah, when I was at work,
That was his first. That was his first dub.
yeah, I was at work one day and Johnny Young Bosch just like randomly showed up. It was
He
very.
was just like,
dude.
yo,
He had
I'm here.
Can we just take a minute to appreciate how good the fucking Trigun theme is?
I don't remember
I don't-
it. Like,
It's so good, man.
I'll have to
I
look
haven't
that
watched
up.
Trigun in a
How
while,
do you
dude.
See, when you did
you
that, I
fucking
just
seen
imagined Danny
this?
DeVito headbanging. So I like,
My Magnum condom for my Magnum dog.
Which is
DeVito
another-
cast.
Which, to link it to that same voice actor, he's actually the voice of the hero from Persona 4 and the detective
Yeah.
from Persona 4.
This is true.
So, yeah, universe.
Although, like, his
It's all
first
connected.
appearance in that series was the anime, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, that's like when the actual the main character had speaking lines in the anime.
Yeah, he got like a name in the
Yeah,
anime.
They named him. They actually gave him like a personality, whereas in the
He-
game
he's just
obviously
hero in
he's hero,
in the
and
game.
he's got you can choose what he wants to say and stuff.
Yeah.
You can choose your waifu, all that stuff.
What?
Not really. Well,
choose
whatever.
your wife.
You could go.
How's that not an indie game?
It's gotta be.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
has to be.
Sure.
It's
Anyway,
on Steam somewhere.
let's get off my prediction. Let's put on some other ones.
Yeah, Josh, what do you got? Number 3.
Whew. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna say my prediction is that Microsoft will announce a slim Xbox One console,
You bastard.
and that it will be $350.
Oh, you
And then-
bastard.
They won't say anything about the Scorpio.
So you think it'll be more expensive than the regular Xbox?
I don't think they're gonna price drop.
Huh.
Wait, so they're gonna move it up from the $299 and then release?
Yeah, because they said the $299 ends at E3, so I'm thinking they're trying to cut stock
That's exactly
before.
what I was talking about before. That
Yeah, I'm
definitely
saying I think they're
putting
trying
out
to cut
warehouse
stock, and then
yeah.
they're going to announce a slim, and then that'll be $349.
I mean, people have been talking a lot about this price cut. I mean, it's important to note in March was the last time the Xbox had a price cut, so these are fairly frequent, and I feel like they're so frequent because they're trying to prep for a more expensive version of the console.
I mean,
Whether the Slim
I
is
think
that
that's
or not, I
part
don't
of
know.
it. Yeah, I think that's part of it, but I don't think they're ready to go down to $299.
Can you guys answer? I'm not sure about this. When the 360 got the S version, was that at a higher price point than the normal 360?
It was.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure.
I think it was like $50 more.
So you don't think they're going to talk about the Scorpio at all, though?
I don't think they're going to mention it at all because I don't think it's ready.
I mean, from the rumors, they sounded like they are trying to push this out as fast as possible
Yeah, I mean,
to compete with Sony.
I think that I don't know. I think that there's
But it all depends.
there's like a 50% chance they might mention it. 50% chance they'll mention it. 50% chance they might mention it.
By the way, the Scorpio thing, I know you've heard about it. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
I don't think
Phil
they'll
Spencer.
I don't think they'll mention it at all. I think they're just going to be like, yeah, slim Xbox
I
One
think-
coming out this year.
I think there's a stronger chance they might mention it at Gamescom. Maybe. But
Yeah,
that's-
they've been having strong games comms. That's true. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And if they announce, I don't know. I feel like they're going to announce a slim. What's in the slim? If it's just another,
Well, when we get to
Xbox One or whatever
Yeah.
is beyond me. I don't know.
we,
Or whether or not it's maybe more powerful or something.
right.
Yeah,
I don't
that was one of mine actually, and I was saying that it was going to be not an upgrade. It was going to be just like a better chipset, but it wasn't going to be like seen at like how the Neo is going to be seen. It's going
Right.
to be just like
I would say, yeah, I'd back that
What are
up.
you talking? What do you mean about the like then how do you explain the fucking teraflop shit that was reported by Polygon?
What, for the Slim or for
That's the Scorpio.
That's the Scorpio.
Oh, you're talking about the Slim? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're talking about a Slim version. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're even going to mention the Scorpio. I don't think they'll mention it until like Gamescom, probably.
Yeah, actually,
if it's real, if they even go through with it.
Exactly how I think they're going to do it. I think they're not going to mention it here, and they're going to let Sony do the Neo thing and see how the response is. And if it's terrible, they're going to wait, and if it's good, they'll announce it at Gamescom.
Yeah,
I mean that would show that they have learned from the Xbox launch.
Yeah,
and as much as I want to say that they have, I feel like they have not, because they are doing like. I'm not saying they're doing bad choices. I think Microsoft has done a lot of good things.
Yeah.
But we will see. We will see. Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very exciting on that front. Yeah. Nate, what do you got?
Okay, so I think at the PlayStation conference, we'll get a date for Horizon, which is also going to be delayed till 2017.
I really hope you're wrong.
I think we've had rumors for this one.
I really do.
That would make me so happy. That would make me so fucking happy.
Literally,
because it's so funny.
Because I did my.
I'm not excited about this game at all.
I am. I really am.
I mean, that's fine. I just think it's so funny that people get so worked up about the fucking release date to the point of like fucking Mighty Number 9 levels of outrage.
Oh, like, dude, I kickstarted Mighty Number 9 and I just don't care anymore. I'm not even mad. I'm like, it'll be out when it's out. I don't understand like why people are so mad about it. It's like it's not even probably gonna be that good.
Yeah, that's the thing. People build it up in their minds, and then when it drops,
it's Mega Man again. It's gonna be
like,
just.
Do you not realize that Mega Man was like, it has not been what it was for like, what, 20 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Jesus. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me my Mega Man, but
Mega Man X is legit though.
Oh shit, dude! Don't get me started. I got Mega Man X on my Sega Saturn right now. It's like in the display. Shit.
They did that?
Moving on.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It had anime cutscenes.
What?
Yeah, dude.
I need to get a freaking Saturn emulator going and replay Mega Man X with anime cutscenes. You're killing me. I didn't know this was a thing.
All right. So I guess back to my prediction here. I have no idea if this is confounded in truth or not, but there was a recent rumor about Red Dead Redemption sequel happening because of some concept arts that showed up on Reddit. So I'm saying Sony is going to announce Red Dead Redemption sequel set for a spring 2017 release.
Sony.
Yeah. I feel like
Sony would probably be the ones to do it.
Yeah, I feel like of the first party consoles or platforms that have been on the ball with that sort of stuff, I feel like Sony definitely has. They have more leeway, I feel like, in attracting somebody like Take-Two. And, you know, I think the Hauser brothers are wanting to distance themselves from the situation that's going on. So they just want to, like, get people excited again for a new game. Grand Theft Auto has been having...
You mean?
Yeah, and I think Grand Theft Auto has been having a lot of success with its online. I feel like their development teams had to have been working on something and not just heists and stuff, you know?
Right. Here's my issue with that is that I think Rockstar is important enough to like have their own
I agree.
Announcements for this kind of stuff.
Usually they don't go to E3. Usually when a game is announced, they just drop a trailer and that's that. But with all the hubbub going on recently, and Rockstar said they're going, is that true? Am I imagining that?
I think you're imagining that.
I don't know.
Maybe imagining.
They usually don't, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's why I'm saying, like, if it's possible, I'm saying it's going to be happening at Sony.
Well, I'd see that.
The thing I do, the one part of that I think I could see that happening is because 2K said that they are having a big presence at E3, and I think that might have to do with
Rockstar. Then that is what I meant. That is what I meant, not Hauser Brothers or whatever the fuck I said. What Nate said is what I meant. He's the smarter guy.
Yep.
That's me, the smarter guy.
I mean, think about GTA 5 came out in 2013.
You know, I was looking back at the Wikipedia entry for Rockstar, which is a weird thing I was doing. They've re-released at least one game every year since 1998 with the original Grand Theft Auto. They haven't released anything since GTA 5.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been in the dark really for the most part. I mean, they've been working on GTA 5.
Right.
I mean, there's also been rumors of, you know, having what is it? The New York City shit, Liberty City, rendered in GTA 5's engine.
That was interesting.
Which I don't think is really true. I feel like anyone could do that, but
yeah, I mean that's back when like Skyrim came out. They noticed that like the land masses and stuff for Morrowind and stuff were in the game, but there was nothing in them. You know,
Really?
But that never. And they were like, "Oh man, the expansions are going to be like Morrowind and stuff," and then that never happened. You know,
right?
So it was probably just test environments and stuff that got left in the game.
Because the what's his face who's suing the Hauser brothers had said that he wanted the next GTA 5 in that instance to be like a giant world connected with all the cities and stuff. So I could see that like that was an early test. So
right,
I don't know. I do think Red Dead Redemption sequel is next though. Dave,
I could see that
Definitely.
last one. No,
Nope,
not the last
4.
one. This is 4. Yep.
Okay.
I can't count.
All right, so this one I'm pretty sure is all but confirmed at this point. I mean, I think I'm pretty dead on with this one. Scalebound will get a February 2017 release, and there will be a Windows 10 version also announced.
Windows 10. Interesting.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
Xbox has been getting real, has been getting real consistent with the whole Windows 10 thing as far as like their exclusives are going.
Cloud, man.
Exactly. So I think that this is going to be one of them, and I hope
That'd
it
be
is.
a heavy docket for multiple platform releases then, because they also got Halo Wars 2, right? That's going to be multi.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you think they would announce that at their own press conference? Why wouldn't they do it at like the PC game show? Because Phil Spencer was there last time.
yeah, I mean,
I feel like if he goes to the PC game show, he's just going to like talk additionally about it, like the announcement itself.
care.
feel
Like I said,
Yeah, if
I'm
it's
gonna-
the same,
wanna
if it's
have-
the same format as it was last year,
like
I don't
said,
think they're
I'm
going to
gonna
do
be
that same
asleep, so
format.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
if
just
they
want the
actually
point.
change it, I know that they said they were going to change it because last year it's like I love Day 9, but dude, it was just him sitting there, like
Yeah.
the whole time.
It's pretty
No.
unentertaining.
Yeah.
Josh, what do you got?
Excuse me. I think that Sony is going to come out and they're going to announce, or at least what they're going to announce is, why can't I think, dude?
It's a good question.
Oh, I
Only
remember.
you can answer
Okay,
that.
no, I remember now. They're going to show off more of the Final Fantasy VII remake, and the first part will come out the end of this year.
What?
That's a
Interesting.
bomb drop.
Interesting. Okay,
Good luck with
that's
that.
pulling into one of my other ones. But I mean, let's be real.
I
When we
don't
saw
know
the
if you
first
guys noticed,
footage,
but my things are getting crazier as they go on. That's the
Ramping
point.
up.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm ramping
But here's-
up until the
here's the
final
thing.
one because I only have one
This-
more left.
it's not like this is based in unfacts, Like,
Unfacts. I like that.
it's a
word.
real word. Look it up.
Is it?
But like, no, I just made it up.
Oh, I was like, holy
I
crap!
was lying.
But I
uh,
believe you if you said something like that. That's the
Thank you for
problem.
believing me. I
Blind
appreciate
faith.
your trust. It's you
Blind
shouldn't trust.
faith.
What was I saying?
We're talking about Final
so
Fantasy VII.
right, last year at PSX, which was earlier than anyone expected, we saw gameplay.
Yeah, I
So
was there.
that
I
is
was
to be
there.
expected.
Everyone lost their minds.
I would too. Goddamn.
it was.
Like I remember seeing that and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Panda
But
fucking
however, the thing is, Square has been very outspoken about how they are not liking the direction that what is it, CyberConnect are going with the remake. So I could see a lot of oversight going in, and now the game is actually in a much worse shape, and now they need to do more work on it before it's ready. So I could see the timeline being pushed a lot further down, and I know that they want to focus on Final Fantasy 15. So I don't see that happening, but I understand that
Yeah.
this is a more
I bet
ambitious.
you will get the 50th Final Fantasy 15 trailer, probably.
most likely.
There has been a lot. I don't
It'll
even
be
care.
like, reclaim your kingdom, Final Fantasy 15, get in a car. And I was like, ugh. Dude, how
Yeah.
great would it be if the trailer was just Billy Ocean's Get Out of My Dreams and Into My Car, and it was just
Stand by
Final
me.
Fantasy footage. Hey, you, get into my car. And it's like,
I want to hear Noctis talk like that.
yeah, get into my car.
Hey, you!
Oh God.
We got a kingdom to save. Nate, what about you?
Go to kingdom.
Okay, you remember that game Recore that they announced was supposed to come out a
Yeah.
while ago?
That game we all
I
forgot
think we're
about.
gonna get. I think we're gonna get gameplay for that
Please.
and a spring 2017 release date.
Please, I want to play the Ray Simulator. The game
race.
is great, dude.
I think this is very appropriate because I don't know who's working on Greek or other than Inafune, but they've got to be fairly
Aren't
far
they a
along.
Seattle-based studio?
Probably. They're Microsoft.
I feel like they are.
Probably.
But I feel like they were. But I feel like that studio is made up of old retro people, and I know Retro's in Seattle because Nintendo also is. And Retro worked on the Metroid Prime games.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
Yeah. And I know it's
Whoever's
not
working on it
retro.
worked on Metroid Prime 3, which is not retro though. I forget who it is.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, I can't remember. I'm blanking on it, but anyway, because that's the thing in the trailer. It says made by the team that made Metroid Prime, and I'm like, this is a bit of a stretch because Metroid Prime 3 is sort of the worst, but that's outside.
I never played it.
Corruption's okay. It's just it's not Metroid Prime 1. Anyway, let's moving on along. What's it? Number 4, right? So this one's very just ambiguous. I apologize, but
something will happen.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So Ubisoft every year announces a new IP. I said new IP to be announced. It will be online focused. It will not come out until 2017 and possibly pushed a little later, but it's going to be set up for 2017 launch.
That's a solid prediction.
Yeah.
It will also look worse than it does.
This is very true.
That's pretty much a guaranteed point, Kyle.
To elaborate on the online focused bit is because in a recent earnings report from Ubisoft, they recently talked about how The Division is doing well and Ghost Recon's Wildlands is going to be cooperatively online, and they're trying to focus more.
Can't wait to be disappointed by that game.
Me too. Oh wait, disappointed? No. I have no expectations for it. Yeah. None at all. Jesus Christ. Why does it have the Ghost Recon name?
I just expect it to be co-op MGS5, and I'm really into that. So
that sounds fun and all, but this is not my Ghost Recon. What the fuck is this dude biking in the desert and but we gotta take out the cartel?
Yeah, fuck the cartel. That's what I say.
Do it.
Hey man, have you seen fucking Bloodlines? That's
Narcos.
Not right. That's not the right. Yeah, I meant Narcos. God damn it! Some other Netflix show about crime.
Yeah, but isn't Bloodlines a real show? That's why I was nodding my head, yeah.
I was like, yeah, I totally heard of that.
Well, Bloodlines is a real show, but so is Narco, and that's what I meant.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen Narco, but I hear it's good.
Cool.
Narco's good. Anyway, let's move right along. Dave, what do you got for your 5th normal prediction?
All right, so we're just gonna skip right over this one. It's the Xbox One Slim announced. It's gonna be $349.99, and it won't be an upgrade.
Wait, hold on. Spitball, give me a name.
One.
What?
Give me a name.
For what?
For the Xbox.
It's gonna be the
For
Slim.
the Slim?
That's it?
Yeah.
Xbox One S?
Yeah, Xbox One S.
I bet you that's what it's called.
They call it the Xbox PlayStation, just to mess with me.
Xbox Ones.
Ones?
It's gonna have an S at the end of it, so it's gonna be Xbox Ones.
I think if they call it that, it'll be like the number 1 and then S.
Well, just
One S.
Yeah. One S.
It's gonna make me mad. I'm just gonna be mad about it. I mean, they have not ever said on the fucking box right next to the name of it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think on boxes it'll just say Xbox One, but it'll be known as the Slim.
Yeah. I mean, the nomenclature has always been S. The original Xbox Duke controller got replaced by the Xbox One or Xbox controller S.
I remember. Yeah.
So on. So, anyway, Josh, what do you got?
Who's up next for me and my thing? I said Sony. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think about Ubisoft honestly before I made a prediction, so I'm gonna go with something maybe a little crazy. Try to think of something crazy for Ubisoft. They'll show Watch Dogs 2. It will not feature Aiden Pierce as the main character, and it will come out fall next year.
But it's not super crazy. I mean,
I'm pretty sure most of that was confirmed already.
The Aiden Pierce not being the protagonist is, and it existing has already been announced.
Yeah, I know it exists, but they haven't. It was on accident.
Yeah. That's why I think it's. I mean, it's still a prediction. They announced.
I think
the release date and shit.
I think they've learned from the first one that if they want to announce it, they got to release it soon. So I think it'll be this year if they do end up giving it a date.
You'd hope so, anyway.
Or at least spring.
I also feel like since they're not releasing an Assassin's Creed this year, this is allowing some of their international teams to help out on it.
Do you think they'll even talk about the new Assassin's Creed?
No.
The one that'll come out presumably next year? I think maybe they'll mention it.
I think if they do, I see them saying, and we have a new Assassin's Creed in the works. I don't see them naming it or showing anything other than the logo.
Really?
Like, I feel like that it would be a thing where, like, we're expanding the Assassin's Creed brand. We have a new game, and we also have the film coming out, and blah, blah, blah.
We have the young adult novels.
God damn. Now, that's what's keeping the Assassin's Creed line alive.
Whatever they're called. I don't know, but they're not called Assassin's Creed. They're called something else.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're called like it's called like Descendants or something like that. And then it says in the subtext, like, based in the world of Assassin's Creed.
Oh, God. Okay, let's see. Nate, what do you got for...
Okay, this one's a little crazy. This was going to be my crazy prediction, but I just don't think it's crazy enough. I think...
It's not crazy enough.
Crazy Nate, that's what we call him.
The smart guy, Crazy Nate. That was a callback to like 5 minutes ago. I think that Sony will announce The Last Guardian is available right now.
Stealth drop it.
Well, the reason why I think that is because the last conference, when they announced announced it, they gave it a spring 2016 release date, which is really weird.
Japanese game right there for a second. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts recoded.
I mean, practically.
Remix.
Let's break it down. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. The Lucio edition.
Yeah. Anyway, Last Guardian.
Yep.
So, Last Guardian, you're saying stealth drops the day of.
Yes.
I would go out and buy it.
How likely do you guys think it is?
That's kind of nuts.
It's kind of nuts.
I just think
kind of nuts.
They would give it a date if they wanted us to know when it was coming out. And like, what other time are they going to release it in summer 2016?
That's a good point.
I mean,
they don't
have any games coming out.
I don't think. Yeah, but summer. If they announce it and they're like, it comes out in a month, they wouldn't do that.
Right.
I think that honestly, I feel like this is unlikely, Nate. So
I'm going to place a wager. I think it's pretty crazy.
It's a very crazy wager here because I think this is very unlikely.
Do it.
If it comes out, I will go out and buy a PS4 that day.
Oh man!
If it announced, you can hold me to it. I will.
All right.
If it's any other game,
will you also eat your PS4?
I will not eat the PS4.
Buy it and then eat it
and deep fry it.
Oh my God, what's that disease people have where they like have cravings for weird shit like rocks?
Klepto. Or no, wait.
Wanting to steal stuff, Nate.
Pica.
I got
Pica. Dave's just gonna get Pica for a minute.
Nah.
Dave's gonna get
my last prediction, Josh had already alluded to. I said new Star Wars title will be teased. It will be the Amy Hennig title. It will be at EA's event. I did not say it would be playable, though. I think it will just be a tease, like a short cinematic
I don't
trailer.
think it'll be playable. I think they're just going to unveil it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said it would be playable.
No.
My bad. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a small little CG trailer, just like Josh did. So, nothing much there. Right. Moving on now to the exciting bit, the closer. This is how we're ending it. The fucking weirdest shit you could think of. Let's go.
The weirdest ones.
Dave, what do you got?
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this so much. Okay, so I'm gonna paint a scene here. So
it's better have a payoff.
It's gonna be let's say during the Xbox conference, because the last game that came out for this was on the Xbox, so it has to be done at the Xbox conference. The lights are gonna dim. All of a sudden, you're gonna start hearing some music, some really awesome 90s music, I guess it was. And
oh man, 90s music?
Arms wide open.
No, like
run there the sunlight.
No, more like 90s like hip hop type stuff, and you know underground type stuff, and this is just ridiculous.
Coolio's Gangsta Paradise.
I'm pulling the board on this. I'm just gonna say that Jet Set Radio reboot will be announced. Guys,
oh my God!
A Jet Set Radio reboot will be announced for Xbox One, PS4, and Steam.
Jesus
Oh, you
Christ,
wish.
dude, that would
All
be
right.
amazing.
I knew you'd go there. I fucking knew it.
Featuring Lucio from Overwatch.
It'd be oh, dude.
Dude, that would be great if
he
he was like, it was like, if it said pre-order now and get the exclusive Lucio from Overwatch. Skin,
Blizzard's just like, I
take
don't
my
know.
money.
Whatever. God damn.
That'd be awesome.
Let's all give a percentage of how likely it is to happen.
50%.
50%.
I wouldn't even give it that.
Yeah, but I bet Nate's just gonna say 50% because either it happens or it doesn't.
So when it does, he's like, I got it. See, I knew.
So good. It's not how percentages
That
work
way, I
at
have a
all.
50%
I'm
chance
giving
of being right.
I'm giving this 5%.
I give it a
I
point.
think like I'll give it like
Points.
one.
3 repeating.
The only reason I say that is because I don't think Jet Set Radio is a series that could sell in today's. Like, it couldn't sell a full $60 retail copy.
Sell to me.
It could sell to you, but to everybody else,
I'd buy 50
Buy the
copies.
shit out of that.
You buy 50 copies. I think it would have to be a smaller title.
Well,
I feel like if they did anything with Jet Set as a brand, it would have to be a full release, or else people would be mad.
Yeah.
And also, the creators have spoken out before, even though the dev team's gone, that the game can't really happen in today's world
True. And
because it's so
to be honest,
basic. I mean,
the only thing
that makes me sad.
my original one, which I didn't think was actually outlandish enough, was that Jet Set Radio Future HD would come out for like Xbox One and like Windows 10. Like, I thought that like that could kind of have a chance of happening, kind of.
You mean Jet Grind?
No, Jet Set Radio Future, the one that came out for Xbox.
Oh,
Because
which one's
Jet Grind
Jet
Radio
Grind?
is Jet Set Radio. It was just called Jet Grind Radio in the US. I know this stuff because I am a freak with this game.
really?
But,
That's pretty well known, Josh. You idiot.
Dude, I had the game. I didn't know
I
that.
had it for Dreamcast. I mean, but yeah, I think that the Jet Set Radio Future HD thing is like it's more likely in comparison, but it's still not.
I mean,
very
yeah.
likely.
Like,
I can see that.
We're gonna get Battletoads before we get any Jet Set.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Battletoads.
there's
I
a
feel like-
rumor.
Dude, people think
That's
they
what- that's
want
what I should have put for one of
Battletoads.
my
They don't
rumors,
really want
I still watch
Battletoads.
every E3 conference expecting it. Like I watch the Xbox conference like they're gonna do it this time. They're gonna do it. This
I
time.
feel Battletoads is in the same situation that, like Josh said, like people want it, but they don't actually want it. The same situation that Crash Bandicoot is in. Because like if Crash came back,
Well, I do want a Crash Bandicoot.
why do you want a Crash Bandicoot, man? You
'Cause
played
they're
Uncharted
awesome.
4.
Uncharted
Did
4.
you not realize like, oh shit, this doesn't play well anymore?
Yeah, because they were making me use the fucking D-pad, and like that game doesn't work good on the D-pad.
That game doesn't work good in general.
You know what, Kyle? Go
I'm right.
fucking hug your waifu pillow and let me
Oh
have
my-
my.
Did you hear this?
I'll hug it bare naked with a walkout boner.
You eat it though.
Meanwhile,
I eat-
Yeah, will you eat it if someone's prediction is correct?
yeah.
Will I eat my waifu pillow? I need to buy one first to actually own it, but yes, I'll buy a waifu pillow and eat it.
It'll be easier than eating a PS4, that's for sure.
That's true, I guess. Okay, so Josh,
Oh, you gotta come to me. All right. My crazy prediction. I know I just had one a second ago, and now I'm like,
Josh.
fuck. Okay. I know what's gonna happen. This is my crazy prediction, and my mind would be blown. All right. Like, fucking at some point during the Sony press conference, Phil Spencer's gonna walk out,
Oh my god.
and they're gonna announce that you can now cross-play games across both platforms.
of course.
But how awesome would that be?
I feel like these predictions, these final ones, are so like speaking to who we are as people and
Yeah,
what we want
what
as
we
gamers.
I want my Destiny mega server. I really do.
That would be a real treat. But
It would, because then I
Okay.
can finally play with Kyle.
That's true.
I give that like a 10% chance of happening.
10%.
That's very
Okay.
It's better than Jet Grind.
Yeah, that's very true.
I give it a
That's never gonna
50%.
fucking happen.
Just shut the fuck up.
You know what's
Nate.
funny is even if you know what's amazing is even if it's the other way around, I lose. if Shuhei Yoshida comes out on the Xbox stage, I fucking lose.
That's true. Yeah. you're-
Watch it happen. I will lose it if that's what actually.
I'd
ends up
still
happening.
like get I'd still get some points, but yeah, I'd still get 500,000 points.
How funny would it be if Shuhei Yoshida does come out, starts talking about it, but brings Phil Spencer on stage so like you're teased for just a moment, and all they do is shake hands and he leaves. I would love that.
It's a fake
No.
announcement.
What would be the point of that? That like we're gonna fuck over Josh. Which is
Who
amazing.
cares? Yeah, it's all about fucking Josh Sheffer.
Hey, they listen to
Nate,
this.
you're
Phil
next.
Spencer's going to be on the next podcast, actually.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh no!
Story. Yeah, he's still scheduled to come on.
Yeah, I'm about to say we're still carrying that over. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I had
Nate,
to. At least I have an
what
air
do you
horn
got?
yet.
Oh God.
We're
What
We
do you
don't
got
have
for
the air
your?
horn in here.
What do you got for your next?
So I think that at the Sony conference, who's the person that's in charge of Rockstar? What's his name? John Rockstar is going to come out.
John Rockstar.
Johnny Rockstar.
I love how you always just put John company name. It's like everybody
Johnny
who owns
BioWare.
everything.
It's gotta work
Johnny
sometime.
BioWare. It's great.
I think he's going to come out and announce
Jonathan
that
Bungie.
is going to come out. What was that?
Wait, what did you say?
Jonathan Bungie. Don't go on.
Let the man talk. God damn.
All right.
I think he's going to announce that Agent is going to come out exclusive to the PSVR.
PSVR. Oh,
You can't play it on a normal TV.
No.
it's just not possible. The intricacies of Agent systems are so depth.
Are so depth.
Are so depth.
So
you
These
much,
systems
you
are
much
so
VR.
so
depth.
much
Put
dense.
it on the
You
box.
much VR.
So much VR. Such experience.
All right, percentage. What do we got?
50.
I give it.
I give it
Shut the fuck up about that. Goddamn.
I give it a question mark because I don't really know what Agent is.
You
He
know-
did with that PS3 exclusive MMO that Rockstar was making that got canceled.
Oh, okay.
got
so
it announced in like 2008 or
I
something.
still get it a question mark percent. I really don't.
It looked really cool, actually.
Yeah, it sort of had a similar vibe to Overwatch. I feel like that cartoony sort of.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Interesting.
I give it 2%. Solid
200%.
A whole two?
A whole.
Give it like 0.001%.
Oh.
It's a better chance than your stupid shit, Josh.
I got a whole 10%. What the fuck do you got?
I don't know. I'm just throwing
We
out
all had
shade.
50%, to be honest. I mean,
Let's see. Okay,
Took me a second.
so mine is I had one earlier, which was super stupid and just funny because I want the Dreamcast 2 to happen. So I said Dreamcast 2 will happen.
Yep.
What I do think,
But
I
that's
did
like
wanna
about
actually-
that's about as much as Half-Life 3. Everybody's like, oh, Dreamcast
Exactly.
2.
yeah. So I tried to make something that I actually think has some sort of realm of possibility, while albeit none. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm speaking on my ass at this point. Final Fantasy VII Episode 1 remake drops during Sony's event. Like there you can go buy it.
Holy
yeah,
crap.
that's
I think
the
that has
prediction.
literally a 0% chance.
I think it has better chance
It's more of a
being
prediction than
canceled.
the Dreamcast 2. That's what I'm saying.
Oh
see
yeah,
my
Dreamcast
comparison?
2 is never occurring.
Don't say that because I still have a heart and I don't want it to be broken.
You
But-
still have a heart.
I give that a sword through Aerith's chest percent of happening.
Wow.
So, through air-
Fucking almost 20-year-old spoilers here.
Boom.
Wow, it's been 20 years since that game came out. Think about that.
I'm not even that old.
20 years ago, we had
yeah.
Sephiroth, and he was
and
chopping
it's
flower.
still fucking talked about. Like it's like,
Like it
I mean,
happened
most of
yesterday.
it's nostalgia and stuff, I guess. But so that does it for E3 predictions. Hot diggity dog. That was
Hot
a
diggity damn.
that was a bit of an experience. I had a lot of fun doing that though. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy coming back to it and losing this wholeheartedly. I feel like Dave's got the biggest, the best predictions out of all of us.
Because Dave was like, I'm going to do 5 basic ass ones and then 1 crazy ass one. That's honestly not even that crazy.
And watch, like, all of mine are wrong, and then the outlandish one is right. Like, that would be. And every time I say that,
I would not
that's
doubt
what
it.
ends up happening. Because I
But
said,
that's
watch,
what's fun
I'm the
about
one that
the
likes
game.
Battleborn. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's always what happens. That's always what happens.
I had a really funny. I don't know why I was thinking about Battleborn the other day, like earlier, and I just had this dumb joke enter my head where I was like, "One man's trash is another man's Overwatch."
Oh my god.
And I thought that was hilarious.
Oh my
Like,
god.
it was mean, but it's like so
mean, but
funny.
That's really good. I like that.
Jesus Christ. This Overwatch shit is getting out of control.
Yes, it is.
Dude, so good.
Have you seen that Twitter account that's just doing the names of Reaper? Like people that play as Reaper? It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like
No,
they're all
what?
really edgy names where it's like Black Hole Sun, like game of the fucking play of the game, Reaper
Oh,
names, and it's just all
Black
fucking
Hole
edgy
Sun.
ass shit.
It's like emo bastard.
Yeah, like Death Killer 87 and shit. It's
Yeah.
so fucking funny. I love it. Do you guys have any final thoughts for the first episode of the Geek
I
Tank?
thought this went exceptionally well.
Yeah, this
I'm
could have been
surprised.
a train wreck, and it wasn't.
I mean, I still think it was a train wreck, but it was a good one. It was like one that was fun to watch. Like,
How
people
was this
still
a
die,
train
but-
wreck? This was incredibly like we were so regimented.
I mean, by
did it.
comparison,
Regimented.
I got it. Yeah, I get it too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, what I mean to say is that people still died, yeah, but it was nice to watch them die.
What?
What?
There's only a 50% chance that happens.
Oh my god, is that the new thing? Is that the new thing? Okay. With that, ladies and gentlemen, again, we are the Geek Tank, a show where we dive right into the trenches of the gaming industry and give you our brutally honest opinions. You can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and other platforms every single week. If you like listening to the podcast, please make sure to leave us a like or a favorite. Just let us know that you enjoy the show. If you really like listening to the podcast, then we'd love you to leave us a review and share it with your friends, regardless whether it be that you're just coming back to listen every week or you're just listening randomly. You are an honorary member of the battalion, and we're ready to serve. This has been, I remind you, the first episode of the Geek Tank. We'll be back next week with whole tons of E3 coverage. We're going to be responding to each and every single conference that we can. Look forward to that. It's going to be on all the platforms that we're already on, so don't worry about it. You will get the episodes either way, and we'll be back. So look forward to it. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening.
Oh,
Bye.
Oh my god.
Tanks
Bye,
for
Felicia.
listening.